Hey everybody, this is Garden Jen from Garden Jen's Journey. Let's go on a tour. Hey everybody, we're harvesting some squash today, so I thought I'd take you for a tour of what the squash plants are doing. We have my buttercup squash right here. It's doing okay. And then when we go further in, I have spaghetti squash on this side, and it was supposed to be acorn over here, but it ends up being butternut squash. Just ridiculous. What happens when you think you have things labeled? I wanted to show you something that I found today, and it's just really nerve-wracking here. I'll see if I can show you guys. See these guys? Those are squash bugs, and they've come back with a vengeance after the weather's picked back up, so they're just trying to decimate my plant. And I've been spraying with the neem oil again. I have some over here too. When you see your leaves looking like this, that's a telltale sign you've got squash bugs. So I've been spraying, like right there's one. Oh, he went ahead. So I've been spraying with that neem oil and seeing what we can do to eradicate them. So it's just been a pain. This is my neem oil. It's in here. It's almost empty. It's a 32-ounce spray bottle. It's got 32 ounces of water, a couple drops of Dawn dish soap, and then I think it's a teaspoon, I'd have to look at my recipe, a teaspoon of the neem oil, and then you shake it up. The dish soap is to help the neem oil and the water combine so it actually sprays out. Otherwise, you know, oil and water don't mix. So that's that. And then over here's my pumpkins, and you see I'm starting to get a orange now. Got some more. And what I decided to do, because I did have, you see I had some mesh bags here. These are the bags that you would put your onions and things that you would find in the store. You know, they come that way. But for the size pumpkins I grow, or the size squash, pumpkins are just one of the ones that I'm dealing with. You see what happened here? This bag completely ripped. And the tie that connects it to this, oops, up here, the tie has popped off. I mean, there's nothing holding that on. So to prevent this guy from falling, because you can see the vine's not very big, and this huge thing would just pull on the vine, snap it right off. These are pantyhose. These are I think either thigh-high or knee-high. And anyways, they're just made into a sling. I tie them to the verticals here, and they just hold this guy up. And then I've got you know, on all my pumpkins I have the sling. So, and then I have them over on my squash over here, over on the chicken coop, because we have some growing up on spots that it's really not very easy for them to hang on, so to speak. So I've given them some slings there as well. So, okay, so harvesting squash. I haven't decided if I wanted to harvest this one yet or not. I mean, it's still, the tendril's still pretty green, so I'll probably leave that for now. But we're gonna be harvesting zucchini and crooknut squash. I'm sure I've got some of both. And so I'll take you over to my patch over here. Now, it didn't get as proliferous as it usually does, which I was really surprised. Usually zucchini plants, you will find zucchinis all the time. But right now it's only putting out a couple a week actually. So I haven't been very good about checking it, because it does, you know, it does get really slow. Now these leaves here that you see, this is not bug damage. These were actually injured by frost, even though if I zoom in, I just now spotted it. There's a giant grasshopper on that leaf. But again, the leaf damage here is from frost, and it fell apart after the leaf died there. So that's not bug damage, even though I do have a bug right there. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to harvest some zucchini, and then I'll take you over to the crookneck squash and I'll show you what we got. Okay, so over here is my crookneck squash. I've never grown crookneck before, but I wanted to try something different than just regular zucchini. I got some from a client of mine, and we decided to grow it. I'm not sure if we have anything in here or not. I do see some blossoms in here, so we're going to take a peek. And I do have a couple in here. These are about the size. Well, that one's almost got some blossom and rot. It's not quite fully developed there, but that's a nice size for stir fry and things like that. But I have a lot of babies in here, which is good. Our weather's been really crazy, so these guys have been slow. But anyways, I have a lot of babies in there, so we keep checking it. And while I'm over here, I'll show you the eggplants. They're the plants. I don't have eggplants on them yet. Not sure if I will or not, but I noticed the other day, you see Mr. Bumblebee there doing his business. I do have quite a few blossoms. So I will say I did successfully grow eggplants, just not, don't have any plants yet. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I did harvest some zucchini, so I'm going to go back and show you what those look like. Again, I don't check them very often because the plants have not been doing too well as far as producing a whole lot. So this is what I've got. Now, I did show you the size of the crookneck, and I'll put that right down next to this. Alright, so there is my squash. Isn't it huge? So I'll take off my shoe here. Alright. Okay, that is a size 10 shoe. And so you can see the scale of size there. Now the one on the end here, this huge one, it's still good to eat. It's going to be really mushy and stuff, so it's very good for things that you don't mind the mushiness, like breads. I make vegetarian burgers with it. But that size right there is actually the size that you want for seed saving. When they get that big, the seeds are really full and developed, and those are the ones that you want to let get big so you can get the seeds from them. The smaller ones are better to eat, and you can save those seeds, but it's recommended that these guys are what you use for seed saving. So that's my squash harvest for today. And I'll check back in with some more harvesting videos in a little while. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.